So that's against the rules, and you can't sit with us. Whatever. Those rules aren't real.
Good day, mama. Seem to take a step out. Get some air now. Let your edge out. Put some ice poke.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Girl Code Media. It's your girl Chanel, and this episode is going to be special. I have a lot of the Girl Code graduates and teams sitting here on this couch, and we're about to get into all girlhood experiences from a girl's point of view and giving them the voice to talk about the social issues that impact them in real life in real time. So I want them to introduce themselves real quick. Starting with...
I'm Ayana.
Hi, I'm Mayana.
Hey, I'm Maya.
Hey, y'all, I'm Nevaeh. Hi, I'm Cassidy. Hi, I'm Janaya.
And this is some of our Girl Code program participants. I had a pleasure of being with them all summer, and we're about to just talk. Y'all, how is school this year? Like, what's it giving?
It's going by real quick. Like, it's just crazy that, like, I really just only got, like, 2 years of school left. Like,
Dang.
almost done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to be a whole junior. It's not okay. Like, no. Take me back to middle school.
Oh, you want to go back to middle school?
I just want to be young
I love
again.
high school.
No, that's real. I want to go back to elementary.
Don't want to be with the drama.
Y'all stressed already in high school?
It's just too much. Way too much.
What's too much about it, y'all?
I don't know. Just the expectations.
It's
Like,
just knowing that, like, you about to be an adult kind of thing. Like, you really just about to be out there in the real world. And it's just like,
It's weird.
Yeah. Is it scary?
Yes.
Yeah.
What makes it scary? Is it like the things you guys see? Because if you're not an adult yet, how can you guys be scared of it already?
I feel
So
like it's the bills part.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
like the independency,
Yeah.
like just not
I'm not really
depending on my parents and just like
Mm-hmm.
being older.
yeah. I'm 30 and I'm still dependent on my mama. So I don't think that ever goes away. But you guys are right. Like, you probably are experiencing some of that in high school now then, right? Because you said expectations. Are there like a lot of expectations for you guys now as high schoolers?
Not really.
Not really. So you've been good. So how's your school year?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm trying to get out of school. I could possibly graduate this year, so I'm a junior right now. But if I graduate, I'm so done with school. Like, I'm just ready. I'm just ready. It's over with.
You ready to be out of there?
Yes, that's why I'm trying to graduate this year.
Yeah, I was going to graduate early, but I didn't want to because I wanted to be at prom and like be with my friends and enjoy that. You don't care about that?
Mm-mm.
What about y'all? How's school going this year?
It's stressful.
Really?
It's really stressful because like I came into school thinking that everything was like gonna be good and stuff like that, but then like once you like really get to know someone and like especially since I was down here in Columbus, so I've like had a big perspective of like who I am and like what I stand for, and once I came back to school, all that I realized a lot that a lot of people aren't who I thought they were.
We gonna get into that because that's real. Even I deal with that as an adult. It's a hard reality. What about you, Cassidy?
I feel like it's not bad. It's just not like it's not how me as a freshman thought it would be. Like I don't know. I just felt like it's just because I'm with the same people from like 5th grade, so it's just no new change. Nothing's new. Everybody's the same. They're not the same, but they kind of are. And my teachers, I feel like it's not harder, but like it's kind of like different when you're making relationships with your teachers in high school. Like I have some favorite teachers, but some are just like boring.
Do you feel like you're just a number now, probably in high school? There's so many people.
I like that. I don't know. What do you mean like a number?
Like, do they treat you guys like a number? Like, don't have like a deep relationship with you guys? It's just like do your work and they next to the next class.
Yeah,
basically.
I would say I only have a deep relationship with like one or two teachers, but I still talk to my other ones, and I'm like cool with them, but like not deep relationships.
I would encourage you guys, like, your teachers, they know a lot. They know a lot, have a lot of resources. I encourage every high schooler to really get locked in with your teachers. Have a good relationship. They're going to be the ones who are writing your recommendations, all of that. So even if they're kind of weird or boring at first, still try to develop and cultivate that relationship because it's really important. So that was a good point. And you have favorite teachers, it sounds like, so I'm sure you lean to them.
Yeah, but it's kind of like because the older people in the building have been there longer, they kind of like take up certain teachers. Like, it's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're talking about because even sometimes teachers might have favorites and stuff too. So, yeah, that's real. What about you, girl?
So basically, I feel like school is way different. Way different. Because I've been to the same school for my whole life, and now I finally switched schools. And the school I went to was not a good decision, but it was a good decision at the same time because I got some space from my old friends and made new friends. But like, it's just like these people you cannot trust at all. Like some people I'm like real scared for them. That's for life.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of what I'm hearing is like the social part of school seems to be the hardest, or is it the grades?
No,
it's kind of both.
A little bit of both. Okay, raise your hand if it's both. Raise your hand if it's more so the social aspect and like friends and relationships and stuff. Okay. So for the ones who said it's the grades, why is it the grades that are hard?
I'm gonna have to think about that.
I say, is it you? Because y'all know that's girl code, go hold each other accountable. Because it's hard. Like I would say in high school, it was hard for me because I still got good grades, but I would get in trouble though because I was a social butterfly, they would call it back then. Because I loved people. I love being around people, and the things that I loved growing up, it shows now. But it was like, I know this stuff already. I don't want to study. I want to have fun. Like, and you think you don't have to study to pass tests. So I know for me, it was kind of hard. Like I got a lot of C's. And then my senior year, I felt like I did like really good. Like it was getting honor roll. But do you feel like you're distracted in a way, maybe? Because you do a lot too now. Like, tell the world what you do.
I'm a YouTuber.
Yes.
I do YouTube, so yeah.
Do you feel like you're distracted maybe a little bit? Is it hard? Or you feel like things are pulling you away from your grades and,
No, not really. Like, it's my 3rd year of high school. First 2 years, it was like that. But this year, I've been getting on my stuff. Like, I've been trying to do my work, all that. So I'm just trying to graduate.
Oh, no, that's right. Trying to, you will.
Oh, yeah, I am going to.
Okay, period. So some of you guys said it's social. So what about the social aspects been hard for you guys this year? Like, the relationships that's been hard to navigate.
I feel like since it's the same people from so many years ago, it's like hard to make new friends because I already know like basically everybody. That's kind of why I want to move, but then it's like, I don't know. I don't really want to move, but it's like I'm just stuck with the same few friends, and you can tell they're not like real friends. But I feel like I've made real friends outside of school, but you still want like some people inside of school.
Yeah. How can you tell if that is a real friend?
Like,
that's so important. That's so good.
How they like treat you when you're not around, or like when you're around other people. What else? Like just how they like act and like all that stuff.
Have you guys experienced that too?
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
What happened in Vega? The Vega got a story.
So I came back to Galleon a couple months ago, like 2 months ago, and so I had this best friend Karen. she showed me who she really was. It's like in a way.
And we don't have to say names, y'all.
Yeah,
you know, that's not girl code yet.
I felt bad. That's why I was like, So one of my friends, she made a new friend, and like so I was just there, how I am now, and like she like started treating me different, saying like we were gonna make plans and stuff like that, but then like cancel those plans to go hang out with them. And then gets mad when someone else does it to her, and expects me to be there to save her. So it's been a ride.
Yeah.
But I've been making new friends, and like my old friends that like stopped talking to them, and like started talking to somebody else. So it's going good.
That
for the most part.
Sounds like you have a deep awareness of who your friends are. Like you don't want to be treated that way.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this in the summer too, like about navigating that. And you're standing on business.
I
love it. Because this is like y'all know. You stand on business. You're like, look, I'm making new friends, and that's good for Cassidy to hear because it can be scary making new friends when your old friends feel like you have to be loyal to just them, and you don't want to lose them either. So like, what do you do? So have y'all experienced that?
Yeah.
Aspect too?
Yeah. So I feel like yes, I had moved schools and I was so stuck to my old friends that I didn't realize how toxic they were. Like I have one friend at my old school that I just want to go back and just save her because it's like that toxic people, it ain't it. And I'm like, when I moved to my this school I'm at right now, I was like, oh my god, I'm just not ready, right? But then I realized how welcome them, like they was welcome. I mean, they was welcome. I never felt nobody as welcome, cause I like my old school. I walked to that school, they just be like, hi. I was like, and then and like on first day of school, I had met this girl, and I was like, we're still friends to this day. She was like, oh my god, you look lonely, and I'm like, I have my friends, but like they wasn't in my class. So it's just like I started talking to her, and we're still friends to this day. Like I love her so much.
Yeah, man. Whew. I feel, man, because like some of the same situations that y'all are talking about, I still go through that as an adult. So it's just like learning to navigate those spaces now will be so much better for you guys in the long run because you'll know how to navigate them as an adult because it never goes away. So I love how you're, standing on business too. What about you guys?
With me and my friends, it was never like, oh, you can't hang out with someone else because like it's me and you. I don't know. It was just weird. We already had like an understanding that we were going to find other friends. Like we're not just gonna be best friends for life because we could fall out, and I'm not just gonna be like alone without you. So it was just like that. It was like, okay, so like it's time to like grow up because like in school you can expect to have that friend with you all the time, and then maybe they don't want to go and like find new friends because they're already comfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm like thinking like I have friends outside of school, so like if I have your friends outside of school, like be realistic. Like I'm gonna make other friends, and you two might become friends too, or maybe you might not. I mean, it's whatever, but it was just already there that we don't have to like stay loyal to this person, even though we have been there like throughout all this time. We're gonna get comfortable around other people.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? So, for me, I cannot mix my in-school friends and my outside school friends because they're just two different friend groups. Do you do that?
Not like I don't mix them together. It's just I have a different relationship with them all. So like I talk about like anime and like TV shows with one of my friends, and then another friend I can talk about like clothes or like how I'm actually feeling. It's just I have a relationship with all one of them. So like mixing them both, like no, I don't do it. But I mean, I would be open to do it. I don't think it would be a problem if I did. But it's just they all have different interests, and so like if someone else doesn't like pique their interest or even interested in their interest, then I don't feel like
because even as adults, I have my going out friends, I have my church friends, I have like listen, like you gotta have the different categories, and sometimes they do mix, and that's beautiful. But it's okay to, go out and branch off with different people without, another person feeling like, okay, you got to be with me the whole time. That's codependency anyways. So I advise everybody to have more than just one friend. And I know this summer I asked the group of girls, because it was about 16 of us in the program. That was the capacity, 15. It was 16 of us. And I asked everybody, like, who has a best friend? And it was only like 3 people that raised their hand. Do you guys have best friends now in this space? Raise your hand if you say yes, you have a best friend. Okay. Shout out to the best friends. How you know that's your best friend? For the ones that say they do.
Because like she's like, I know I can come to her with anything, and it's just that level of respect that we have for each other and knowing our boundaries and what lines we can and can't cross, and just being comfortable with like, oh, I can tell her this and trust her to not tell someone else. Oof. And I know like even if we were to like have a fallout and like just not be friends anymore, I know she's not gonna say anything that I said to someone else because that's just what she's just that girl.
I know that's right. You better shout bestie. Shout her out. What about you? I think it was Cassidy and Ayana. Okay.
Well, I feel like I have a best friend, but I kind of feel like we're like, I don't feel like we're best friends. Like we're close and we've been friends for a long time. I don't feel like we're like best friends. Like how what she was saying about her best friend. Some things, my best friend, like it kind of makes me question.
So she's like a best friend impending right now. She's pending
or unpending because I feel like we're drifting, but I still love her.
Yeah, and that's nice. You're still claiming her as a best friend, but y'all might be going through a rough patch because that happens in general, and it can happen more than once too. So yeah, that can still be bestie, and some things are figure outable. But if it's like a character flaw, it's like time and time again. We gonna get into that, but you'll know when to cut somebody off. Because I do believe at least try and value that friendship, and it sounds like you do. But you are noticing certain things aren't the same. But that's true. Like I'm even going through that now with one of my best friends. So and it's tough. And Ayana, you said you have a best friend?
Yeah, I do. So like it's like she's my best friend and we've been like friends since we was like babies. But it's like I don't know, it's just like she's my best friend 100%. Cause like I don't know, we're just locked in. But it's like I have a school friend, and I tell her like more things, and like I talk to her about like a lot of stuff more than I do my real best friend. And it's kind of more because like we go to 2 different schools and we're on like 2 different schedules and all that. But like when in the Girl Code program, we learn like there's sometimes like you have to have like uncomfortable conversation with like your friends and stuff. And I feel like I should do that with my best friend, so that way I feel like we can make like more of like actual real like best friend connection, like we should, because I feel like it's kind of like we're best friends, but like it's not like
it's not in depth. Because you have to be vulnerable to like be in deep connection with people. Because we could hang out since I was 5 years old. We could hang out. I could still do that and not know nothing about you, bro. Like we could just be having a good old time. But like if you don't really know me, because we don't really take that time to like have deep conversations about each other, those are those are hard conversations. But vulnerability is what's gonna help that. So I'm glad you're aware of that. Like that's pretty huge.
Like I feel like we're on when we talk and stuff, I feel like we're like on more like a surface level type conversation.
Yeah.
And we don't really never talk about like super deep for real. It's just like instead of like conversations like flowing naturally, it's more of like kind of awkward. We just talk about like school.
So it's your best friend because of the time you've known her, basically.
Yeah, it's that, but it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like we were best friends. We went to the same school for like 2 years, and then like I moved back away, and like it just ain't been really like tight like we used to be.
Okay, yeah, that sounds kind of like Cassidy in a way too. And who say they don't have a best friend right now? Okay. Why?
It'd be hard to make friends, period, because it'd be hard to trust people. Like, you don't know what they're doing behind your back. It's just like, I'd rather just stay away. I got associates, though, people that I talk to, but I won't call them friends or best friends or that. But
yeah, that's real, and that is definitely the next conversation piece about that. What about you guys? Is it the same thing?
Okay, it's not really the same thing. Like I have like a best friend, but like
Oh, why the best friend?
because like we became best friends bonding over our because we had the same best friend at the same time. But she's like our ex best friend now because the stuff that she did to both of us. So like we're best friends, but like it's just that we're like she said, like drifting apart now because like we bond over something. Now we just like bond over random stuff, and it's just not as.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, what about you?
I basically already talked about like my best friend, like how she was and who she.
So that was like a bestie.
Yeah.
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 So you just lost a best friend,
Yeah,
basically.
recently. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been weird, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm moving, so like nothing back in my old town won't like hold me back anymore. So I can just live my life and restart. And people don't know me here, so it's gonna be good for me.
Maybe people don't know you here. You had the whole girl code.
I know, but you know what I mean.
No. And you have the whole girl code program that know you. Right.
And she was one of the first people that came and talked to me at the girl code program. I'm not even one of she's the one person that actually opened up to me, and I was just like she.
Oh yeah, I definitely was. I definitely was.
Like I opened up to her. She opened to me. So
yeah.
Like
it is. The funny part is okay. For the icebreaker for the program, I had everybody. This is just like still like an insider, but we did a name game because I wanted to be intentional. Like know who we were talking to. Like really take that time to remember people's names. That's like such a great social skill to have. So they were bonding. When I tell you, I'm thinking they're best friends. She did not know nobody's name. She just came up with the craziest names of people. It was like she didn't even try. Like, so we still laugh about that. So that's what the Shelly thing is. But no, you did open up a lot to everybody the first day that you came. And I noticed because people were shy. And then it's so crazy to see you guys transform in just like short 4 weeks or so. It was like a 4 week. Yeah, it was 4 weeks program. You guys just like opened up, was able to use your voice, project. Some of you guys were even scared to speak. And like, look at the stuff that we're doing now. Like, you guys are like literally speaking on YouTube about certain things that a lot of girls struggle with. So I'm so proud of you guys. Just quick disclaimer. Like, for real, I'm so proud of you guys. But what you said was something that we all go through as adults, and it's a serious topic, but friendship breakups. Because, you know, in girl code, that's something that's like prevalent that happens because I think people don't know girl code and know how to navigate some of those relationships. Even when they don't serve them anymore, there's still a way to kind of morally navigate that. But they hurt, and people don't talk about how like friendship breakups hurt just as much as a relationship sometimes. Like, that is your girl, that is your home girl. Have you guys had any bad friendship breakups before? Have you experienced that?
Oh my Lord.
Everybody has experienced a friendship breakup.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like, it's more like I tried to drop a friend group.
You what?
I had to drop a friend group.
You had to drop a friend group. And you sitting here talking about this? That's a whole friend group. I just said one friend. You sitting here trying to figure out if you've been through it. You dropped a whole friend group, girl. Dang. That's like, yeah, that's a lot. Dang. But did you not, you didn't think it was hard is the thing?
I mean, I didn't really know like how to kind of like end it. I just knew that these people, they really weren't gonna like, you know, they weren't good for me. Yeah. Like, they didn't have like the same beliefs that I did. They were really pessimistic about life and all that. They didn't really feel like they didn't really
like match my type of energy where I'm like always talking about like, oh, I can't wait. I'm like excited because I want to do this, and this
You're
in my life.
optimistic. Yeah.
And then they're like, they kind of just don't feel like no motivation and act like they kind of like don't really think they're gonna go anywhere. And I realized that they weren't really good for me, so I decided, I was like, you know what, I gotta end it. And I had to tell them, like, yo, we can't be friends anymore. But even though we're not friends anymore, I'm not gonna go and like, you know, spill your business or nothing like that, and I'm not gonna like act like I hate you or anything.
That's girl code. That's girl code. Look, that's why they graduated the program. Period. Like, what? You better drop them gems. Say that one more time. You are not going to tell their business and like badmouth them, even
after that, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that for me. Because even if we break off, like, I know there's some people who always want to act like, you know, kind of off about them, like act like you hate them or something just because y'all dropped friends. But I'm just like, even like we're in the same like school program, and even though that we are, I'm gonna still talk to you and all that stuff because you know we have to. But I'm not gonna act like you did something wrong, and I'm not gonna act like I hate you. It's just like we just can't be friends no more. Yeah, and it's just
that's a different type of maturity, girl. I love that. Same for y'all, like friendship breakups. What about you? You been through a recent friendship breakup, or
no, a recent?
You done cut everybody off at this point.
Yep. Sure did.
Stop it.
Got to.
Stop. Oh my god.
A friendship breakup. It was more so of she was friends with somebody I wasn't cool with, and like me and her wasn't beefing or nothing, but me and her friend was beefing. So we had ran into each other before, and she was playing both sides. Then it was this one time I posted this YouTube video on how I snuck to the party. That's when we ran into each other. Snuck to the party. Then my friend, you know how they was friends. My friend, she was just basically on her side. They was all on Instagram talking about me and all type of stuff. I was just like, I can't do friends. That was one of the main reasons why I cannot do friends.
And you can. You just have to learn how to navigate them and like define what a friend looks like for you. And sometimes we don't have the space to even do that. And that's why, like, even the program, cause this is my baby, y'all. She's been my baby before I even had my own program. So that's why she's invited to be on this space. But she didn't go through the actual Girl Code program. But in the Girl Code program, like, we definitely talk about that because school is not going to teach you that stuff. Right. Like, you just have to just basically figure out and fall on your butt time and time again. And that's how you learn. But, like, some of that stuff could really take you out. Like, people commit suicide just off of bullying. You know, like, certain like social relationships and things like that, and peer pressures can really cause trauma and things. So it's really important to kind of have that piece. And again, like, I give you guys so much grace because you guys don't have that space to learn, and we didn't have that either. But you will. I don't want you to give up on friendships.
Oh, I ain't giving up.
Yeah, don't give up.
I'm gonna find my person. I'm just
not just your person, your people. It's a people thing. It's not just a person. Because then if it's just one person, you want them to be your everything. And that could be a lot too. Because they're going to have flaws. Like, everybody's going to have flaws. So it's good to have a bunch of people that you could lean on for different things. Like she said, I got an anime friend. I have a different, like, it's good to have like a variety of people that you could lean on. Especially with what you're doing. You have to have community.
I'm trying to find people that's doing what I'm doing, but it's hard to find them down here.
Yeah. And it might not be doing what you're doing. It might be doing, like, they just supporting you. Because I really didn't have that either. Like, that's why I'm such a leader in this community, because I was the only one doing what I was doing. But I still have friends, and they supported me in different ways. Whether it was like, look, hey, friend, like, can you help me out on this podcast? And, like, see, my mom, she back there, whatever. Like, it is certain, they could support you in different ways. They don't have to do exactly what you're doing. Like, they might even know somebody that could put you on, and that could be support. Or they could share your post. That could be support. I know this girl who went viral just because her friends kept sharing her stuff every trip. So they can still support you in other ways, too. So just be open minded about that because you're going places and you're going to find your people because you're an amazing girl. Amazing girl with a great personality. And we're going to connect after this again so you can, get to know the Girl Code girls too.
And I'm the type to always share everybody's post. You post a picture, I got you. Video, got you. Anything that you want to talk about, I got you. Like, I'm the type to always do that. Like, I'm always support you. Even on your birthday, I'm going to spam on your birthday. Just know everybody, just let everybody know it's your birthday on both of my pages.
I know that's right.
Like,
I know
if
that's
you're my
right.
true
Aww.
It's like us. If you're my true friend, you're gonna get everything. Like, I'm gonna make sure people know who you is, and like especially friends that are gone or friends that are like just somewhere else, different states, up in heaven. Like, I'll make sure they know who y'all is.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I just love you guys. So as we talk about the friendship breakups, what I'm hearing you guys say, it's hard to make new friends. We're gonna close the conversation off kind of with this, but from y'all's standpoint, why is it hard to make friends at this age for you guys?
I would definitely say what makes it really hard is that our generation is so based around social media and being online all the time that like we struggle with like having in-person conversations because mostly like people, when they have like a deep conversation with somebody, they would rather send like a really fat text message rather than like calling them or like meeting up with them or something. And most people have more confidence when they talk over like, through social media or like texting. And people really don't like,
they hide behind their phones.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like a struggle to like talk to people now because people rather talk online, and now we really don't have like social skills to like meet new people. It's like everybody just gets comfortable with like who they've been friends with for a long time, and like as you like go through like different schools and like grow up with these people, it's now like ain't nobody to talk to because everybody got their own cliques.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. Social media. Y'all are the social media generation. So I definitely feel for y'all. And that's why Girl Code Media is trying to change some of those narratives and do in-person things and, bring women together, not just on camera, but like in person. Because it's so important. And people have social anxiety now. And sometimes it's scary to go in a room and like meet new people. I remember the first day of the program. Like, I'm glad you're next. Y'all was like it was mean mugs and everything. Y'all like the sweetest girls, but everybody had their guard up. And I know you're the next person anyway. So.
So I don't like real. I mean, yeah, it is hard to make friends just because, like, I feel like everyone's just really not looking for friends, but like more of a relationship. So like. And then, like, if you are trying to make friends, everyone expects you, like, to smoke or, like, just to meet up and, like, hook up. Or, like, just different things that people expect you to do. And if you don't do that, you're just, like, blocked. Like, you're done. And people just don't want to have real, genuine conversations. And just, like, it's just, like, the weird stuff. Like, you'll ask, like, oh, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite music artist? And they'll just, like, totally ignore it and be like, what you doing tonight? Like, just the weird stuff, like, no. And then, like, putting on the, like, fronts in front of their friends, like, oh my God, I had it happen before, like, acting like they ain't never talked to me before. Like, are you
like
crazy?
A whole facade. But it's the social media generation, so it's about how things look right now. Like, socially it doesn't make sense, but it's just about the look of a person and imaging of a person, so they do weird stuff. I hate that. What about you? Because you just said how it's hard for you right now. What's the hardest thing about making new friends then for you?
More so social anxiety. I can't like just.
You have social anxiety.
I do, and I'm breaking out of it a little bit, but I have.
Because I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to just go up to people and be like, "Hey," because. Like she was going back to say the social media stuff, like everybody is social media. Like most of my friends, well, my associates on social media.
But I love that you know the difference. because I have thousands of associates. I probably have like 10 friends. So I get you. You do have to know the difference. But you do take up space on social media, so I love that. But that's interesting to hear that in person you still deal with those social anxieties. I feel that way too. Like I have a little bit of social anxiety from COVID, and then just people, especially because you're gonna take up a lot of space on social media. That's more people that see you. That's more exposure, and yeah, more people are gonna love you, but there's also a lot of people that don't like you because of the things they see you doing and the jealous eyes and the frenemies, the girls who want to be your friend, they really don't like you because they're just jealous. It's crazy. So I get you, and when I meet people, I'm already like on edge. Like, where's this about to bring? Like, are you gonna be mad at me that I didn't smile too hard enough for you? I didn't hug you tight enough. Like sometimes people just nitpick a little bit. So it's starting to make sense because I take up space on social media, but I have a slight social anxiety. I still go, I still do the things, but it can be hard. It can be hard, especially for y'all because y'all grew up pretty much on social media. So that's real.
And it's even harder, especially for someone like me who's not even allowed to have social media. So now, like with people who like interact through social media to like in order to like make friends in real life. Mm-hmm. Now it's kind of like I'm not allowed to have social media until I'm 18. Yeah. So and all I have is TikTok, and I'm not allowed to post or do anything on there besides like watch the videos. So it's now because I'm like I don't really know how
There's
to.
no other outlet. Yeah.
I don't know how to like when I am allowed to have social media. Now I don't know like the social media rules like you're not allowed to do this and this because I hear people like my friends, well some of my like associate like friends like they have social media and they be telling me about it and they be like I was like you're not allowed to like look at this person's thing and I'm like why not and they'll be telling me like oh it's because like they'll see it and I was like oh I didn't know that because I don't have social media so now I don't really know how to make friends because everybody's just on social media and that's like the main way. And a friend told me that in like one class like somebody like apparently my teacher told them like oh this person like really this girl's like really smart and then someone was like oh what's her Insta and I was like I don't even have Instagram because that's how people really like link with people like let's link for that
and that's real. I was not having a social media either when it first came out in high school. All my friends did. My mom caught me on there at one time and she tore me up. But because a lot of parents are trying to protect their children because that type of exposure is not always good. Yeah. So, just thinking about it, that was so interesting that you said, like, since we make all our friends on social media, for somebody who don't have one, where else do I go? So I would encourage you to get in some clubs at school, and it sounds like you are, like you're in band and things like that. Like, I would really, that's what I had to do. Like, I just started getting involved. I wasn't even a tennis player, but I'm about to join the tennis team. Just because, like, I can't do nothing else. So I would encourage you to, like, get involved in different clubs, different programming throughout the school year. There's a couple events that are put on by the city of Columbus and Commission on Black Girls. They sponsor the program, and they have programming throughout the year with different events. So I'll send them to you guys. And anybody who's in Central Ohio, I would connect with the Commission on Black Girls. They have a lot of events, brown girls mentoring. It's a couple of groups who are doing like amazing things. And those are in-person events that you guys should definitely go to. Even with the social anxieties, like it's so important to actually be in those rooms because of that. Even with me, sometimes I feel like I don't need no more friends, but I'm still gonna go to those events and meet different people because you don't know who you may need or how you could bless somebody else. Mm-hmm. Like somebody may need you. So I would encourage you to do that, and I'll talk to Auntie Twin for you. We'll see. She's not gonna change her mind, but I'll try. What about you guys? What's the hardest thing about making friends for you guys?
Them already having friends, so they don't want any new friends.
And that's kind of what Cassidy said. How she feels now. She wants them, but she feels like she can't. We do that. Man,
I feel like
Personally, I think I'm very mature, especially for
You are.
Like, my parents.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah. My mom, like,
Bianca, like,
she did her big one.
for real. She in the room. Go Bianca. She is that girl, for real, for real.
But it's like my mom, I feel like she is so different from, like, the people I hang around with mom. So it's like we're on two different maturity levels. So I feel like when I'm telling my mom about stuff, like, she just says, like, you know, like, you have to be like, you have to teach them certain things because their parents aren't going to teach them that.
Yeah.
And it's like, since I'm at this certain maturity level, I feel like it's kind of harder to find people like that. So
I'm still dealing with that now. I was literally telling my mom that yesterday. Like, my peers, I don't get. Like, people my age, they're like, I'm a big sister to people my age. But I realize, as weird or uncomfortable it is, I more so feel like my friends are like older people because I'm mature for my age. And it took me a while to just accept that. So, you know, because you are way beyond your years, I would, because I remember even in high school, being a freshman, I was hanging out with seniors and juniors. And I loved it because they had cars and, you know, maybe had McDonald's and everything else. But yeah, so that was my first realization. So it might be that for you because that's how my mom raised me too. Like, she definitely broke down the moral code, the girl code, and everything else. So I knew way more than my friends. A lot more. So yeah, I would encourage you to maybe have some older friends that kind of get you. Because you can still have the friends on your age group and then have older friends too, just in case. Just in case. It's going to be a little weird, a little different at first. But for real, if you're mature, you're probably at their level. Yeah. What about you?
Okay. So, if remember, I had to do 2 programs at the time. And so during the summer, I was just like, I don't want to talk to nobody.
You know how to speak up, girl. We can't hear you.
So, during the summer, I had did 2 programs. I had to do the Girl Code program and I had to do the summer camp program.
Shout out to mom because she was making sure you was there on time every time and she kept you involved. Period.
So, like, okay, so basically, so for the summer program, first one I had to do was this one, and we had like basically I wanted to go because they was gonna give me a computer at the end, so I said I'll take the computer.
That's why I didn't tell y'all what y'all was getting. Y'all did not want y'all come here and think y'all was getting nothing, even though y'all did got something at the end. But no, that's why I didn't do it. But shout out to the computer though.
So basically, I came there and I was just like, son, so this is the first program. I was like, son, I'm not gonna talk to nobody. And then I had seen Jalea. I love you, girl. I basically grew up with Jalea. Jalea, we did cheer and went to the same school for a couple years. So that was cool. And then I'm like, son, I gotta start talking to new people. So that's when I had met. Well, you know, I don't want to say them because I'm not on camera. But that's how I met. Yeah. That's why I met them, and I'm just like, I really like them, like they cool people, and like we all had the same signs. We're all Capricorns, so we all go joke. It was like we all joking around, and then my one friend we got the same birthday, so we just be like,
y'all get each other.
Exactly, like we just be like, so like that's why I was like, oh my god, I really connected with these girls. But then when I had gotten to this program, I was just like scared because like you said, they all had like mad. I'm like, and then I had Shelly. My girl Shelly. I had met her and my friend Hayden, and we was like me and Hayden, like we just laughed about everything.
Y'all laughed at everything.
I don't know what was funny. We just looked at each other and laughed.
Y'all didn't have to say nothing. It was like a connection, and I love that for y'all.
And like I still kind of talk to Hayden today. Like I was like, we're still cool. And I just like how like we all connected. Like at first I thought she was just gonna be like some. I thought she was gonna be like, why are you talking to me? And then when she started opening up, I'm like, wow, like she didn't have to open up to me. I'm just like, cool. But then in school, it's just like different like groups. Like you got different groups. You got the followers.
Yeah.
The one I wanna.
A lot of
followers. You got the people that hate on you and your friends because they think you're weird or y'all trying to be cool or whatever.
Like the mean girls.
Yeah, and then you got the group that just. I'm not calling like that just want to be by themselves. It's just
The
like all
introverts.
different groups, all different groups, and like my group at school, I really have just 3 people. Like, and I love my I said 3 people, 2 people. I love my 2 girls because it's just like we connect about a lot of stuff. In school and out of school, and they make sure like they tell me what's going on like with people, cause like I know people at my school it just be like a lot going on, cause like, they're always losing people or cause you know just gun violence is real, like it's real, and I'm like I had lost my cousin to gun violence, so it's just like I just feel like these people don't want to connect no more, cause they just scared like, oh, you're finna betray me, or you or I see you hanging out with these people, and they just like it's crazy.
And I think I love this episode because it shows that no matter how old you are, we still kind of go through the same thing socially. And my last question about this topic to you guys is, what can the adults do in your life better to help you guys navigate all of this stuff? Because I feel like older people sometimes could belittle people who are younger than them and think, okay, I mean, all you have to do is go to school, what's so hard about that? Or the people don't really take the time to acknowledge that it's hard. Like you guys are scared to, grow up. It's already hard now to some of you guys because it's all the pressures and expectations. So what can the people in your life now, the adults in your life, do to support you guys best in this girlhood experience and journey right now?
Be more encouraging, for sure. Because like, okay, my mom is encouraging, but sometimes I feel like I love my mom, but sometimes I feel like she...
Wait. We ain't gonna talk about nobody's mamas on here. Y'all ain't gonna talk about y'all's moms now. I just said, what can we do to support?
Like, okay, like, I'm not talking about her, but like, older people, they just feel like life is more easier for us because we got technology. Like, it's not all about that, because this technology, social media stuff is like crazy. Cause, here you go, somebody on live talking about, oh my God, I'm about to beat up this, or I'm about to kill this girl because she doing this or that. Like, y'all was just cool this day.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Like more understanding.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, my mom, I don't know. I feel like my mom, she teaches me a lot, so I feel like she doesn't, like with friends and stuff like that, so I feel like she already does a lot.
Like your teachers, not like the mom, just the adults, like me, like the people that y'all know that are adults that want to help y'all and love y'all. How can we best support y'all, like as a group?
I don't know, because like...
You got everything you need right now.
No, not even. It's just like, you guys try to tell us these things, but then it's just like, sometimes when we go around other people, everything just goes away because of like, I feel like sometimes when I'm in certain groups, I shrink sometimes. But like when I'm with like my mom or someone I feel comfortable with, I feel like I have all this confidence. So it's kind of like hard. So I don't know.
So we're going to continue to pray for you guys. That's the only thing I can think of for that, because even now, like, I shrink in certain rooms too. Depending on who I'm around, certain people can make you feel that way because of their own insecurities, and you want to be comfortable and you want everybody to be comfortable, so you kind of shrink and not take up so much space because you don't want nobody to not like you. And so it's a constant struggle, but it's a journey. And I love how you do feel confident in certain spaces, so at least you have that, so you're not just dimming your light everywhere you go. But I know as an adult, even I still struggle with that. So yeah, I'm going to continue to pray for you, girl, and continue to uplift you so you don't feel like you have to shrink with other people. Yeah, and if there's anything else that comes, let me know. But what about you? How can like adults support you, or just you guys as a generation more?
Have more patience. Patience.
I know that's right. She getting violent. Have more patience. That is so good. That is so good. What about you?
Wait, what was the question?
I know, because it's been a minute. How can adults show up better in you guys' life? Like teachers, me, your parents, the people that love you. How can we support you guys better in this girlhood experience? Because it's hard. It's tough. You guys are navigating so many different things. So how can we support you guys more?
Going back to what she said, like just be more understanding.
Yeah. What about you, Miami?
I feel like they could be more understanding because everyone has their own upbringing and a way that they were like raised and everything, and how they're just gonna go through life. So for you to like just like look down on me because you were raised a different way or you were taught this and that, it's different for all different types of people, and people deal with stuff like mental health, like suicide, just like all that stuff, family problems and everything like that. And everyone has their own story. So if I'm gonna have my story, let it be my story.
Y'all getting violent. Like, go ahead.
I definitely feel you on that because I feel like sometimes adults kind of like act like our problems kind of don't matter because they kind of be like, just because like, you know, adults have like bigger, more important problems, they think that their problems are more important than ours, and they try to make it seem like, oh, like, I don't really know how to explain this, like, they try to make it seem like
but you dealing with small, basically.
Right, and they make it seem like, oh, I gotta worry about all this, and this, and like, we're living like two different age groups, like we're living two different lifestyles. What may be important to you may not be important to me, and what's important to me may not be important to you, but you shouldn't like act like what I got going on isn't important just because I'm a teenager. Like, understand, like, you have stresses, but like we're not stressing about the same thing. And the adults understand, like, there's like sometimes it's good to like listen to your, like, just like listen and like hear what like the kid has to say, and like instead of always trying to give advice all the time, just try and just sit and understand like what they're going through. Instead of just like, you know, acting like their problems doesn't mean anything.
Be more understanding. Now, I will say a lot of adults, we have to do better at that, because I think it's important, because some of the problems that adults are saying is bigger than you guys' problems is because those problems is with them since high school. So like those problems are huge, and it could be a bigger problem even in adulthood. So it is important. I get that, and I understand that. And because of time, we're gonna get down to the last like closing. Y'all don't all have to say this, but my question is, what are your favorite lessons from the program this summer? Since a lot of people didn't experience the program, so what were your favorite takeaways that you could share with somebody else from the program?
Don't do something to someone if you don't want them to do it to you. That's like that's a big one. So like talking about other people, like if you don't want them to talk about you, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's in the Bible. That's just biblical.
Like
literally.
Loving yourself.
To love yourself. That was a huge one. We spent like a week on that. That was a huge one. That was a beautiful week.
That was definitely my favorite. Just like learning the different ways of self-care, because I used to think self-care was only like on the outside. So like if I felt down or something, I'm like, okay, let me do my nails, let me do my makeup, let me do my hair. But it's like I learned to like process my emotions, write it down, come back later and really think about what I was going through and how I can like just express myself more freely.
Any other lessons? Because that was a good one right there.
I feel like my biggest lesson was like not letting people change my mood and affect how I act, and like just like learn to control my emotions and like take things a certain way, because I used to be you had said something like when you let that person control your mood, they don't say it.
They who anger you control you.
Yes, they can control you, and nobody's about to control me but God. So
they who anger you control you. Yep.
So yeah, I just learned how to like, you know, not take things to heart so much.
Yeah, shout out to Courtland for that quote. But yeah.
I miss Courtland so much.
Yes, and IKEA. Shout out to IKEA and Chantel, the whole
miss my
girl code
Shelly.
program, right? My mom. It was like a family this summer. So we were gonna leave the girlies with our favorite girl code. So, let's start with this side and end it over here.
Okay, my favorite girl code is don't be a follower, be a leader. That's because I used to be a very big follower.
My favorite girl code is if you don't believe in yourself, then no one will.
I gotta think about that one.
This summer you liked a lot. You was like, ooh, this is
Yeah, I know.
we'll get back to my girl. You can make up your own because you wasn't in the program after that. But what's like your girl code when people want to be like your friend? Like what's your non-negotiable?
I'll have to think. You come back to it.
Okay.
Mine was in the yearbook. It was laugh loud and often, but for like friendships, I would say set boundaries.
I'm so thinking.
The fact that y'all even remember them, like, because I do not have the books with me right now, so the fact that y'all remember them
I just found
is
one.
amazing.
I really lost everything, but I really found everything except my shirt. I don't know where my shirt is.
I gotta get you another shirt. I'll let you know if I can get you another one, girl, because yes, I need you got the shirt. Like, you girl code, like, that's how you stamped in. The girl code, book, the shirt, all the things, okay? And I'm so proud of you guys. This was such a good episode. Anything y'all want to say? Any shout outs real quick before we let them go?
Shout out to Miss Cortland for doing my hair on graduation because I was looking so
hair.
good. And IKEA and Chantel, love you all. And I just gotta say, like, this was like so, like, this whole like program was so memorable. Like, even after the graduation, I found myself like getting up and like about to get dressed, and then I looked to the side and I saw my yearbook inside my bookshelf, and I was like, oh my god, let me lay back down. But it was a great experience. But yeah.
Thank you. I feel like, okay, so like I appreciate all of y'all. Cortland for getting hooked up for my first day hairstyle because everybody was like, I love your hair. IKEA, that's my Capricorn twin.
Yeah.
Thanks for having Chantel. Even though I'll be seeing her like all over like the girl codes page and stuff, I still like miss you, and I love all of y'all. And Chanel, I think I like her. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Any other shout outs? You don't make me cry.
I like to shout out IKEA and Chantel. I had to think about it for a second because I get stuck on
whoever name she don't know is Shelly.
I had to think about it because Chantel and Chanel, those both go together.
Yeah, I will say that.
Okay. I like to shout out them because they've like been a big part and like they check on me and like see how I'm doing, and I really appreciate that. I really love you guys. And I love looking at Chanel's story because she's always doing something, always having some events. And I'm wishing I was doing that, but I'm stuck at home. But it's okay.
Girl, but you here. And I'm going to always bring that with me, okay? Period. We're going to put money together, all right? And we good? So you got a shout out your YouTube. Where can the people find you?
Right.
Y'all can follow my Instagram at baddest.m._. And my YouTube is Maya Baddest. Make sure y'all subscribe.
I got you.
And shout out to Chanel for bringing me here. Like she said, it was like 16 girls and I got picked out of one of them.
All right.
It's fun. I like the experience.
Oh, I'm so happy that you guys came. You guys are amazing. I just wish you guys had like a phenomenal school year. Please take everything that you guys learned about making friends. Be friends with each other. Even if everybody's mean mugging you guys in the room, like, it is intimidating. You don't want to talk to nobody. You still show up and be who you are. Don't become them because they're looking that way. You be the light that they probably need to crack a smile. Like, you just never know what room needs you. So don't camouflage yourself to be like them. Okay?